Mystery 4. Why did Jesus pick a disciple who had been surrounded by scandal? Matthew was a tax collector before he met Jesus. Tax collectors were considered unlikable individuals. It was the tax collector's job to take money from people, even when they couldn't pay what was owed. It was very common for tax collectors to be dishonest, charging the people extra and keeping the difference for themselves. They had more money than most, but it is likely did not come from honest business practices. Matthew's life as a tax collector was changed forever when he met Jesus. When Jesus met Matthew, he had just performed one of the most famous miracles, healing a lame man. Whilst Jesus was preaching inside a house, a group of men with a lame friend couldn't get through to see him. These men made a hole through the roof and lowered their friend, the lame man, on a stretcher to meet Jesus. Jesus saw the lame man and told him that his sins were forgiven. This offended the scribes that were present, who believed that only God could forgive sins. Jesus then asked them if it was easier to forgive the man's sins or heal him. Then, as proof of his divinity, Jesus healed the lame man after forgiving him. Matthew, like many of the other Jews, had likely heard about Jesus and this wonderful miracle. When Jesus passed by Matthew in the street, he invited him to leave tax collecting and follow him. Matthew was likely astonished, but he followed immediately. Matthew invited Jesus to eat with him at his house. As they sat and ate together, the religious leaders started complaining again. They couldn't believe Jesus would eat with such a sinner. Jesus taught them that he didn't come to call the righteous, but the sinners to repentance. He said he was like a doctor who is needed by sick people, but not those that are healthy. Matthew stayed with Jesus throughout his ministry and saw firsthand many other miracles, eventually recording them in the book of Matthew. After Jesus ascended, Matthew went to preach in Persia, now Iran, and then the Asiatic Ethiopia, which is near India. He died a martyr's death when he was stabbed in Ethiopia.